everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jay, so pretty Jay, whatever you want to call me. I'm back with another video. Today's video, I'm gonna give you guys some ideas or some key essentials of the things that I use to run my business smoothly. For any of y'all who have like an e-commerce business, which is a website, you can use some of these things to help where you're actually going to need these things to actually ship out orders. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so one of the first things that you're going to need in order to run your e-commerce business is a laptop. You're going to need a laptop because it's going to be so much easier for you to actually fulfill your orders versus just using a cell phone. Now don't get me wrong, I do know some people that use cell phones. I've talked to some people and they're like, yeah, I just Bluetooth my cell phone to my printer and I click print from out there, which is okay. But me personally, I rather use a computer. It's much better to just navigate around it. And I don't know anything about any other websites except for Shopify. That's who I use. I don't know anything about Wix or Big Cartel because since I started my business or had my business, I've only used Shopify. So I don't know anything about anything other than that. So when I use my when I go onto Shopify.com or whatever and I go in, it's very easy to navigate it versus me going on my Shopify app on my phone. So I prefer to use a laptop. But if you don't have like the funds right now, you might not have a laptop, or you might not have the funds right now, you're just starting your business and you're just trying to get ahead, you can most definitely use your phone. You can just download the Shopify app and you can hook your phone up to your printer. If you have like a Bluetooth printer, you can hook it up like that way and print it out. But I don't believe that if you have just like a little computer or like a printer, like even a thermal printer, the thermal printer that I have, it doesn't have Bluetooth. So it has like the little plug, or if you have a regular printer that doesn't have Bluetooth, it just has the plug, I don't believe you can plug that into your phone. So it's just all about your preferences and what you have. So that's the first thing I would recommend having, is a computer or a laptop, because it's so much easier. So next to the computer, I would recommend having a printer or a thermal printer. Now let me tell you, when I first started my business, I had a regular printer. I had just a printer that you just plug into the computer. It wasn't a Bluetooth printer or anything, and I would just plug this into my printer and print out all of the shipping labels. And let me be the first to tell you, it was a mess because it got so expensive. Ink is very expensive, and if you have a lot of orders coming in, or you're doing other things with your printer, your ink is gonna run out. I was going through ink within like a week or two because I was printing out, not only was I printing out my shipping labels, but I was printing out like my sticker labels that I use to put on my packaging and things like that. So my ink was going so fast, and the printer that I have is a Canon printer, and the ink that it uses is like an ink that is never in stock in stores. So I used to be running crazy trying to find this ink, and then I would get online and order it, and it was just a mess because I would get like the wrong one. I would order the wrong one, it doesn't fit, and it's like, it was just too much. So I was like, you know what, I gotta find something else that I can use. So one day I was actually on Instagram and I was looking at Super Scent, which is the CEO of the crayon case. And she was talking on her story about how, you know, she had posted some tips and her little highlights on her page. So I actually went to her page, and the first thing that I seen, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect, was she was talking about getting a thermal printer. Like, and she was telling the same thing in the story, like, I spent all this money on ink and it got so expensive, but I ended up getting a thermal printer. So I actually have, the thermal printer that I have is this one. It's very small, so it's so small, and then it has like the paper, you just stick the paper in there, and it's by Monday. I just went on, actually I went on, let me tell y'all something before I even go any further. That was the best investment in my business that I could have ever done. I'm telling you, just blood raw. It was the best, one of the best investments in my business thus far, because I saved so much money versus having to buy ink. Ink is like expensive as I don't know what. Like I was spending like $50 because I was trying to buy ink. Like I had to buy the the black ink and the color ink. And then I was trying to buy like multiple because again, they never have them in stock in stores. So I was trying to make sure I don't have to keep going online and then waiting. And then I was having to, while I didn't have ink, I was having to go to the library, like my local library, and print them out. And then it was just the stupidest thing, and I would have to tape them to, and I just hate that because to me it doesn't look very professional. So that thermal printer was the best investment ever. But anywho, I went on to Super Stamp page, and she had in the tips that she purchased a thermal printer because of the same reasons. Ink was very expensive, and printing out all of that paper, you know, labels and stuff, it was just beginning to be too much. The thermal printer is very simple to use. Like, you literally just load the paper into the little slot, and you just go onto your website and you click the print, ship, and label, and they're just gonna print out. And I also seen on her page that she has an app that she uses. You can go on her page and see what app she uses. I don't use the app because I think it's simple for me to just go in, pack the order, and print the shipping label right from Shopify. But hey, to each his own. So the thermal printer, I found it on Amazon. It was like I think $179 or something like that. But again, it was the best investment. It's totally worth it, especially if you're having like a lot of orders and that you're having to ship out. It's going to be very good because the papers, they're only like I think they're 4x6, so they're very small. The thermal printer is very small, so if you're like me, like I have everything in my room right now because my apartment is not a big apartment, and right now I don't have like an office space until I move. So everything is just like crammed up in my room. So I have like, you see my bed and stuff back there, and I have like a little space over here where I do like, you know, all of my little work. So it's very convenient for me to just slide that into a little space, and it doesn't take up spaces versus my printer where it's this big thing and I have to find somewhere for it to go. Like, so again, the thermal printer I found on Amazon, I think it was like $179. Don't quote me on that, but just go on Amazon, type in thermal printers, and all of them will come up, and however you see fit to purchase, you purchase. So that's the second thing that I would recommend doing. The third thing that you're gonna need when packing orders is a scale. And this is gonna be like, this is a key essential next to having a printer, because again, like I said, you don't have to have a laptop, you can use your phone. But a printer you're gonna need, because you're gonna need to print out, you don't want to keep running to the library. And a scale you're absolutely gonna need, because when you're printing your shipping labels and you go onto when you're creating the shipping label, you have to put like how much the package weighs. So my packages, they usually don't weigh over a pound because I have smaller items. Like I just have like little necklaces and little jewelry, and then outfits, you know what I'm saying? So they don't weigh a lot. So my shipping is, and then all just depends on, once you put in the size of the shipping, you weigh it up and you put in the size of the shipping, you're then able to create the shipping label, and it'll cost based off of the size of your shipment. So that's another thing. I think I found this off of Amazon. It's really cute. It was like the rose gold, you know, so it can like kind of match my business. But it's very good. I think it was like $16. It's a very good scale. I haven't had any issues with it, and I've had it for like 6 months now. So that's going to be another key essential item that you're going to need in order to run your business effectively. So let's see. Oh, so then what else you're going to need is you're going to need the bubble mailers. The bubble mailers are going to be convenient because, especially if you have like anything that's going to like maybe have the potential to break or something. If you have things like, if you're shipping like glass items, I would recommend maybe using like a wrap or something, like maybe that wrap paper before you slip it into a bubble mailer. That's just something that I would do. But for me, because I just have like jewelry and I put them in boxes, these are very convenient for me. The size of the bubble mailers, they come in all different sizes. You just have to know your actual size of what you need. So for instance, I have 2 different bubble mailers. I don't have the other ones, but these are for my jewelry pieces. So these are very, I think they are 6x10, which are very easy and convenient to just slide my boxes right into them. And then I have like some bigger ones. I'm not exactly sure the size of those, but I have to look. But those are for like when I'm shipping out clothing items. So, you know, and I'm still kind of fresh with just launching my clothing business. But yeah, so I have the bigger ones. And then I would always recommend doing, I do my own, the business cards. So, not business cards, I'm sorry. These are thank you cards. So I do my own thank you cards, which let me tell y'all something. I'm the type of person that if I put my mind to it, I'm like, you know what, I gotta get this done. And then I don't like to be like writing people and then people don't respond. Like, for instance, if I reach out to somebody and I'm asking like, hey, can you do this for me, or do you offer these services, or if they have like in their bio like, hey, email me, and I email them and they don't email me back, I get very like kind of like I'm sorry, but I'd be like, you gotta email me back, I can do it myself. So I get into my little mode and I'd be like, you know, I'm about to just do it myself. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. A lot of things I just be like, I'm about to do it myself. So I made these cute little thank you cards, which, to be honest, I've only used them like in a couple orders. And the reason being is because I got the wrong paper. But because this paper doesn't have like a glossy finish, and I kind of want mine to have a glossy finish, which I went and bought some glossy finish paper, and then I think I still got the wrong paper. I think it was like photo paper, because when I was touching them it was smearing the ink. So I'm still working on that, but I would recommend you guys getting thank you cards, because to put these in there, I know when I'm getting stuff and it's like, oh, I got 10% or 20% off my next order, I'm gonna go order me something else. Like, I know how I feel when I get stuff. So yeah, so I put thank you cards. I had other ones before, then I ran out of them, so I tried to like kind of switch it up and see, you know what I'm saying. Then I had revamped my whole entire website and logo and everything, but I'm actually about to go back to my old logo because it's like I just miss it so much. And then I get a lot of people that's like, I was looking for, you know, that pink and that, but I see you change, and I don't want people to like miss me and thinking that I'm another business or something, because they're so used to this. And then I have to switch it up. And then a lot of things too, like I would have to switch so much other stuff. Like I was thinking like I'll have to switch my boxes, switch up everything that I have. And I just kind of miss my old logo and stuff. So I'm just gonna go back to those colors. And then I have a really big thing coming up, like something that I'm working on that's gonna be just gonna be going on at the end of the year. So I'm trying to stick to those colors because I wanna do what I have going on in those colors. So yeah. And so yeah, so I recommend, you know, getting some cute little thank you cards to slip in your packaging, and also business cards. Business cards. I've had my business cards since I relaunched my business last year. When I relaunched, I've had these same business cards because I actually love them. I actually did them myself. They're so cute to me. They're like little checks, and then yeah, it's like very, very cute. Little business cards, and I just slip them right into the packaging so that people can know that this came from Pretty Labels. So yeah, so these are cute there. I would recommend that. So with that, I usually, that's how I do it. I pack it up, I put everything inside the package, and then I ship them off, put the the shipping label on the packaging, and it's ready for the post office. And then once I'm done packing up all my orders, I gather them up and I take them to the post office, and I just go in and drop them in like the little box, so that they I make sure I go on the inside, because I don't want to put them on the outside. I'd be nervous about certain stuff, and it's like let me go on the inside. But yeah, so those are good things to use for having a business, and that's just for branding your business, because I am going to give you guys like little tips on how I brand my business, because I think that, listen, it's enough money out here for everybody to eat, and I just think that a couple free gems ain't gonna hurt nobody. And everything that I've learned, nobody's taught me. And I remember I used to write people like, hey, not trying to be a bother, but can you tell me how you did this? Or I used to ask like, who did your website? And people used to be like very rude, like they wouldn't write you back, or they would be like, well, somebody, but I don't remember who. And you know, like, I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna ask nobody else nothing when it comes to this business. I'm just gonna do research, and I'm just gonna learn myself. So I started It took me a while, like I said, and I failed a couple of times. I failed tremendously when I first started. I was making, you know, a little chump change, but I failed tremendously because I was like, just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not what I thought it was going to be. But then I had to reevaluate everything, and I was like, nobody wants to support me or help me. I'm not doing this. And then the moment that I got that out of my head, that nobody ain't gonna support you and you gotta support yourself, that's when I started seeing it. Like, I started getting support from everywhere, different states that I never even stepped foot in, like, I'm telling y'all. So yeah, so just when you're starting a business, just get the things that you need, and then everything else will kind of fall into place, and then you'll be able to start doing things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I hope that I was able to help somebody out there. I hope that somebody finds this video and says, oh, now I know how to start a business and I know what I need. I'm gonna go get my stuff so I can get my business started. Start that business, sis. Start that business. Get on your stuff and start that business. Go get the things that you need and start that business, period. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys find this video useful, and I hope that you guys start that business. Until next time, bye y'all.